when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant, I think in Madison Square Garden, was like a seminal moment in this country. You know, the moment for me, obviously Hulk Hogan has passed away. I am not going to pretend to be aware of all the things that transpired in Hulk's life over the last 20, 30 years. Seems like it got perhaps even out of control. But the Hulkster I remember as a child, dude, when he and Macho Man teamed up to make the Mega Powers, and then the Mega Powers exploded at WrestleMania, whatever WrestleMania that was, 9, 7.
You don't know what
10.
you're talking about, brother.
Yeah, dude. Like, I remember watching that. I was a Hulk Hogan mark, period. And it just, it meant to me as a child. So when I was a little kid, my parents split up, right? And I was obsessed with wrestling, and I was moving back and forth from D.C. to North Carolina and back. And, like, that was my peak wrestling days.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, you know, in hindsight, I don't know that anything was traumatic or anything, but you got a lot going on when you're 7 years old trying to process.
And you believe it then.
And when you could just lock into wrestling and not worry about, like, what school you're going to or where you live and who lives where and all these things, like, wrestling was this incredible escape for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And Hulk Hogan was the dude. Like, I loved a lot of people. I loved Ultimate Warrior. I loved the Bushwhackers. Shout out the Bushwhackers. Mm-hmm. But Hulk Hogan was the dude, man.
He was. And he was a good guy at first, and he came back and he was one of the bad dudes. Wrestling is a trip. You just keep watching. They will all be on the other side eventually. No matter what side they start on, they end up on the other side.
Right. And then I legitimately don't know what year it was, but I think Hulkster lived down in Tampa. And this was, I'm trying to figure out what, all right, so this was 2018, November of 2018. At Skins are playing the Bucks, and Hulkster was on the sideline pregame. Mm-hmm. And I went over to him, and he had like a dude with him that looked like another kind of former wrestler, but I didn't recognize him. And at that point, I don't think all the crazy stuff had gone down in Hulkster's life.
Hot.
It was hot, yeah.
That day when I was sweating through my everything.
You might have been, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? You know what day that was?
That was the game they won the game, or they messed up something by winning or losing something.
No, that was prior to last year. No S on this. Prior to last year, I had a running joke with Pete and Mitch that the last time the beat was fun was that Tampa game. It was Week 10 in Tampa, November 11th. They beat the Bucks that day to go to 6-3. If you remember, that game was nuts. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think, playing for the Bucks, had like 400 yards passing,
the game I'm talking about.
But five turnovers.
Yeah, that's the game I'm talking about. Yeah.
If you remember, Pete, the night before was a show. That night we stuck around.
It's normally a show.
We were staying at the Tampa Harborside Hotel. We had a bottle of wine. Pete didn't know how to open a bottle of wine. Like that, I remember standing as the players were loading the bus. Standing with Doc Walker. The Redskins won that game to get to 6-3, right? Mm-hmm. In that game, Alex Smith was just his super efficient self, 19-27 for $178 and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Fitz, 29 of 41 for 406 with 2 picks. And it was just everything. The weather was perfect. And I remember standing next to Doc as the players are loading the bus, and he looks at me, he's like, "This is Southern California, man. This is perfect." And it was just, the weather was perfect. Everything was perfect. The next week, B, is when Alex broke his leg.
Yeah.
And all hell broke loose.
And
then basically all hell broke loose for 5-6 seasons till Jaden showed up and DQ and Adam Peters and everybody else. I'll just never forget that moment, meeting Hulk Hogan on the sideline. Could have been cooler. You watched him? Did you love him? I mean, he was such a theatrical person.
He's theatrical. I mean, I went through different phases in wrestling. I liked people for a moment. Then I stopped liking them. And then, Hulk came, but he came back. He was like on the other side. Like I said, I ain't never liked the guys on the rough side, the bad side.
Yeah, but by the time he did that, I feel like I was in high school. Like I had checked out.
I mean, that's why. But then again, I already had figured it out early that it was not real.
Right.
And then as it got a little older, then I was able to see what they were doing. That kind of threw me off of wrestling a little bit.
Sure. I get it.
Then I heard people throwing wrestling parties, and I got a little trouble.
You love wrestling parties.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Landfill, I know there was a period of time where you loved the wrestling. What about Hulk Hogan for you?
I mean, I never really watched Hulk Hogan wrestling. He was kind of before my time.
Even when he went to NWO and all that stuff?
I was like 4 when that happened.
Damn.
Yeah, man, Phil, you're young.
I feel like a lot of people have a lot to say, and I don't mean to – I'm not trying to brush anything under the rug about whatever else happened in Hogan's life in the post-wrestling world. I know there was a lot. I just am not that aware of it, and frankly, at this point, don't care to learn about it. But if folks want to chime in on Hulk Hogan, this dude was a legitimate cultural icon. I remember him – what Rocky movie was that where he's Thunderlips at the beginning of the Rocky movie? He's just beating Rocky's ass. Was that Rocky 2? Rocky 3? I think it was Rocky 3 because that's when he ends up fighting Mr. T. I think that's Rocky 3. And then one of the dumbest movies ever, but I was so excited to see it. Did you ever see No Holds Barred when Hulkster tried to become like a legit movie star? And it was Hulk Hogan against the dude that eventually played Debo, like from Friday.
Oh, Tiny?
Yeah, I don't know his real name. And then I guess Hulk Hogan also had like a TV show for a while. Do you remember that? Like Tropic Cannon or something? I don't know what it was. I did not watch that. But if there are folks that want to chime in, we'll take a couple calls on this. Is that call sheet up to date, Landini? Is that Mark in Rockville? Okay. 800-636-1067. I know a bunch of people have posted online. I got a couple texts. My boy Mike Miller just texted me, R.I.P. Hulk. CK texted me, Hulk Hogan was an icon. One of the most weird radio things of all time is that like the two big bosses for a long period in the D.C. area sports radio were CJ and CK.
Yeah.
But both of them texted me about Hulk Hogan, dude. I imagine Drab's very upset as the resident.
Well, I don't know.
fan.
He might have been too big for Drab to really like him.
Drab's a wild dude. Hulk Hogan. And think about the last couple days, B. Theo Huxtable, Ozzy Osbourne, and then Hulk Hogan in 3 consecutive days, I believe. Of my childhood, dude. Honestly, the dude I was probably least into was Ozzy. I was just never a metal guy, but I understand his.
I knew he was.
Right.
I saw him more on the show. But my buddy just asked me. He just spelled your name, JP. Findley.
I've seen it.
Ali. The man's name is Finlay. Get it right.
Dude, I don't get mad at that. The only time I still get a little frustrated.
I do because people that normally hear your name see your name. And you got to spell it right.
Sure.
So if I say his name is O-L-I or O-L-L-I-E, his name Ali, I call him Ali. You know what I mean?
Right.
Come on.
All right. I at least just wanted to seriously acknowledge Hulk Hogan. Jose is in Ashburn. Jose.
What's up, Jose?
What's the Hulkster mean for you?
Hey, what's up, fellas? No, like growing up, I remember, my family, my grandma got me into wrestling, my uncles got me into wrestling, and then seeing growing up in the 80s, seeing rock and roll and wrestling all together, I mean, that was a big impact. MTV made its debut and all that. I mean, it was huge for wrestling and for the cultures in the 80s. Then later watching him wrestle at the MCI Center, that was awesome. But
really?
yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad. It was pretty sad to hear how it went down. But what
happened? Did you have a heart attack
performer.
or something? I don't even know.
I read somewhere that Jimmy Hart, his old manager, was saying that he couldn't speak anymore. So it could have been a stroke. It could have been an aneurysm. Who knows? But I mean, it's either way, it still kind of bums you out.
Yeah,
definitely a bummer, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate the call, dude. Thank you, Jose.
Hey.
The show was Thunder in Paradise, and it was Hulkster driving like a boat with babes, for lack of a better word.
Well, that's what you get suspect.
All right, let's go to Jonesy in D.C. We'll take another Hulkster call here. What's up, Jonesy?
What's going on, JP? BMitch, what's going on?
What's up, brother?
Look, man, yeah, this is a hard drop for you, man. I come up out of the times where there was Bobby Backlund wrestling, and you had Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. That was my guy. Yep, and Tony Atlas went up against Hulk Hogan when he was a bad guy then, before he becomes the good guy to promote wrestling and get it to where it is today. But, yeah, man, it's a real hot dropper, and, man, he will be missed. And, you know, wrestling wouldn't be where it is today without him and where Vince McMahon took it, you know, from his father, because he took a lot of backlash from his own father, too. He said, if I let you run this company, Vince, you're running into the ground. Well, he turned into a big hype circus and looked
He damn near ran into the ground.
He almost did both.
His kids are bringing it back, but he damn near ran into the ground. Then he did some other stuff, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one guy who beat the government, though. He beat the government, though, B-Mitch. He really did. Went up against the government and won. So that
As I say about that, keep watching that story, because if you beat them, they're going to come back and get you another way. I'm just saying.
Thanks for the call, Jonesy.
All right, Jones.